Hello and welcome to my channel, GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your daily reading for May the 25th. So we are like one day away from the full moon lunar eclipse. Thank you, George. George is chiming in. He's been a bit quiet of late, actually. The full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius is happening tomorrow. So all very exciting and kind of give or take. George is just like, yes. Okay. So give or take, depends on where you are in the world, of course, but let's pull some cards for this. So I just feel like I want to shuffle a little bit more. May the 25th. May the 25th. The chooks are all going off and being really noisy, but I was just about to say they've calmed down. We have Temperance. Now there's the Sagittarius energy coming through straight up. Temperance is the major arcana for Sagittarius, so it's making its presence known. And you've probably, some of you may be already feeling this. Like I've started feeling this Sagittarian lunar eclipse energy about a couple of days ago, maybe even 3 days ago. But I'm Sagittarius rising and it's been playing havoc with my sleep, waking up at 3 a.m, being wide awake going, oh, it's that lunar eclipse. Oh, more Sagittarius energy, the Knight of Wands. Okay, so it's all coming out. Sag is just coming out really, really strong. Two of Wands, more fire coming, some decisions to be made. Something's dropping in, something's dropping out. That's very much eclipse, a big change coming through. This is all pretty much, if you wanted to have a textbook reading for an eclipse in Sagittarius, this is it. And the Hierophant, interesting, coming through right at the end. Soul energy coming through. And at the base, we have the Six of Swords. So it may require a bit of a push, but it's a sense of finding a place of greater peace, finding a place to move to a place where you might be feeling a little bit calmer, and also a place where you might need it's mutable energy, Sagittarius, so it's asking for flexibility inside your mind to be open to where this might take you, this eclipse energy, because it is a lunar eclipse. We've got the Two of Wands right in the center. There's all this fire. And so Sagittarius is very much firing us all up at this moment. It's all around higher learning, studying, travel, your higher truth, and so it's all of those sort of things going on, an adventure, life being a little bit more exciting and interesting. And so it's very free-spirited. So it's a sense of wanting to be liberated and a little bit free. We do have Saturn in retrograde at the moment, which is kind of doing the opposite of that. So that it's kind of, this energy is going to be stronger, which is good at this moment in time. Nothing against Saturn, but it can feel very like a lot of, it's a different energy to this. So it is a sense that I feel like with that Two of Wands, making a decision, or something is quite literally you're picking something up and leaving something behind. So I just feel like I just get something drops in, something drops out. And you might have, it might just be a thought, I need to leave this, or I need to do this and leave something behind. And so that's where this exciting sense of wanting to go off on the next big adventure, this big change is coming through and feeling really excited about it. And ultimately, it's wanting things to flow, this energy of the lunar eclipse. And we're not even there yet, so I don't even know what tomorrow is going to bring, but maybe it's coming in stronger today. I don't know for this reading. But it is saying with that Temperance energy, it's about restoring balance. So in areas of your life, again, if we look at the opposite of where things have been flowing, where things haven't been flowing, where things have been out of balance, and the Temperance energy opens, a new path opens up to bring more of that in. So whatever's out of balance in your life, it's kind of like, for some of you might have this idea to suddenly start monetizing a skill, like, oh, I want to go study astrology, or I want to study something. A lot of it might be, yes, wanting to study. The Six of Swords could be around movement. It could also be around relocation. We've got water, bodies of water here, thinking about moving to harbour cities, or, thinking of living near water or going near water to find that peace. And so dipping your toe in that water, like the Temperance card, and feeling the flow, the water can represent your emotions, but also can represent soul and spirit, and also can represent your intuition. So with Sagittarius, it's expanding you to all sorts of things, all sorts of experiences. It's like open your mind to something new coming in that could be really amazing for you, that's going to bring in that for whatever reason it hasn't been in your life, but it's coming in, or you're stepping into it more fully. So that's where this change is coming with this Wheel of Fortune. And with the Hierophant energy, this is something that is going to require a decision, a commitment, or is something you're going to really want to commit to. So it's also soul energy, the Hierophant energy. So it does feel like, it does ground down. At first, it's a lot of fire and it's a lot of, it's a nice, exciting energy, but it can't just be out there and I want to do this, I want. It has to ground down into a reality as well. And that's what happens with the Hierophant energy. It does ground down. And so the Hierophant can represent things like marriage. It can represent things like institutions, studying. So with all this Saggy and the Hierophant energy, I do get ideas of studying, and it doesn't have to be going off to university or college or whatever it is. It can be just an online course of some sort. But the most important thing with this Sagittarius energy is that it's your higher truth, your higher purpose, aligned to that. Something very strong comes in, and that's why the soul energy is there. So it's very inspiring, inspirational, and I feel like it's almost like what they're showing me, because it can be a huge reset for you depending on what sign you're in. But what they're showing me is they kind of want you to kind of shut off any judgments or expectations, just to let go of that for the moment, almost create your mind as a blank. And that's why they're wanting this kind of flexibility with the mind, because they want you to be open to what's coming in. So and that might be unexpected, but I feel like it's actually really positive. It's like, why didn't I think of that before? Or it has been something you've been thinking about, it's an inner resolve comes around it. So it's interesting. And depending on where you are, like if you're a fire sign, I think you'll find this energy really interesting and fun and exciting. If you're an earth sign, it might be a little bit like, oh, what's going on? So depending on what you've got in your placement as well. So each sign brings its own energy, and it's just a matter of how you kind of respond. But really it's asking to be open-minded about this experience of what's coming in. So I think it's really exciting because it comes laden with so many possibilities and new starts and new beginnings. So that's the exciting thing, but it is asking for a big release of something that you've held on to that no longer serves you. So that's it. Excited to see what tomorrow brings, but that's the energy for today, the 25th of May.